To the Philippines, where Typhoon Kalmaegi has left dozens dead, including 6 crew of a military helicopter that crashed during an assistance mission. Officials are now saying that the death toll has risen to at least 66 people after the typhoon swept across the country, central parts of the country, excuse me. Hundreds of thousands more have been displaced by the storm, which unleashed torrential rain and winds of more than 150 kilometers per hour. The storm is expected to make landfall in Vietnam late on Thursday night. Ella Maj is a freelance journalist in Manila in the Philippines. She joins us now. So, Ella, what scenes are you witnessing right now in Cebu, for example, and in other severely hit areas?
Well, Typhoon Kalmaegi has left in its wake about 66 fatalities, 50 of those coming from Cebu alone, and more than 1 million people affected in this disaster. Reports coming out of Cebu with cars stacked on each other, houses swept by ravaging floods, people on top of their roofs, screaming for rescue. I have spent my university years in Cebu, and I have never imagined this province to be as devastated. Sure, we have had our share of typhoons, but never to a point of this great loss of lives. Whole communities washed out, no potable water, electric lines are down, phone lines too. And I talked to a friend of mine who is currently living there, and she said she would prefer the earthquake than the floods because then people could still make calls and recover their possessions. This time, everything's just washed away.
Indeed, we have seen this death toll climbing so rapidly. The infrastructure devastated. We were just looking at images a short while ago. Over 200,000 evacuations, we understand, have been ordered. Can you talk with us a little bit about how the authorities are trying to handle all of this and minimize the loss of life?
Well, there are areas whose local authorities have mandated and enforced evacuations in their communities. In the case of Cebu, although some are not forced to evacuate, some stayed and belatedly regret that decision because they thought it wouldn't be as bad since they haven't had floods in years. So some of them stayed, and when the floods, of course, torrential rain and floods came in, they belatedly went up to their roofs and waited for rescue.
You use the word belatedly there. We're hearing that there have been storm surges of up to 3 meters. Were people warned? Were people made aware and helped ahead of this storm?
Typhoon Kalmaegi was compared to 2 devastating typhoons we have had in the past because it is in the same path as Typhoon Kalmaegi. People have been warned. There was a communique about getting to higher ground, getting into evacuation centers. But of course, since people have this false sense of security that it's not going to be as bad, seeing from other areas who have not been as devastated, then people are just calmly trying to get on with their lives. But with the sudden surge of water coming in their homes, then that was the only time that they tried to get some help and have rescuers rescue them on top of their rooftops.
Okay, thank you so much for walking us through all of this. As we've mentioned, the death toll climbing further in the wake of Typhoon Kalmaegi there in the Philippines. Ella Maj, an independent journalist in the Philippines. We appreciate you bringing us up to date. Thank you.
Thank you.